Yo, what's cracking? What's cracking? What's cracking with you? Man, I'm just glad to be back for real. It was my B day. Thank you for everybody who wished me the B day love. I don't really celebrate that type stuff, but it made me appreciate the people who love me. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Yes, thank y'all so much. Went on a little B day, vacay, I should say. VK, what's a VK? Well, VK B day. You should figure it out. But I come back and it's like all this stuff about Trump taking over DC, Trump bringing out the National Guard, Trump trying to make America great again. I guess that's his idea of doing it. I don't know. I hear some people saying, "Oh man, this is what they try to do during the time where they suppressed other nations, and this is his way of being a dictator. This is his way of being a tyrant." I'm like, man, I don't really know politics like that. You know what I'm saying? But just searching the internet, we come across different things. Matter of fact, let me pull that up. Y'all give me 1 second. I ain't got the theme song yet. We still working on it. If you have any ideas of what kind of music we should have, just let a brother know. But I'm gonna pull that up for you right about now. I just gotta search the net. I was so excited to hop online, I forgot. Give me 1 second. All right, we back, man. Y'all forgive me for that. Y'all forgive me for that. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna bring up this news thing that I found, and it explains why there's two different sides to Earth's story. Let me see here. We're gonna go ahead and there it is. Let's hop right into it. Y'all ready? I'm ready. Let's get it.
Agents out on the streets of D.C. working to clean up the Capitol on behalf of the president's orders. Also, as they ramp up their efforts, we're reminded of the painful reality for the victims and families who have been impacted by violent crime in our nation's capital.
My brother is not a number. All these people are not numbers. They are humans.
It was frankly due to the grace of God that the 4 steps he did get in didn't kill me. While I was sitting in the hospital recovering, I found out my attacker had just been released from prison the day prior.
I go to those crime scenes. I sit with those families who the medical examiners is picking their bodies up off the ground. I deal with this. It is a problem.
Yeah, you know, it's violence out there, joint. Sister look like she's trying to make a change for us.
I deal with the fact of me having a paralyzed son. The mental anguish that he goes through.
I looked at Eric's ashes and I said, Eric, you haven't died in vain. Things will change so other people are safe when they go visit DC or work in DC. And that's my goal, to make people safe.
Man, and that's all we trying to do is make DC a safer place. You know what I mean? Make America a greater place. I don't agree with everything that's going on, but I think somebody need to do something. Somebody need to do something. Like, it's getting hectic around this junk now. You can't even go outside. You know what I'm saying? Because people reckless. They just do not care about human life no more.
Jenkins has more for us in Washington. Hi, Griff.
Hey, Jana, good morning. And while the stats show this 30-year low in violent crime here in D.C., the reality on the streets tells a very different story. And for many victims of crime, this is personal. Asia Tamimi lost her husband 4 years ago, and her sons have been victims of gun violence.
My husband first. It was the 1st of January of 2021. He was trying to help an elderly man, and he was stabbed to death. My son Somebody came up behind him and shot him 8 times, twice in the head, 6 times in the body, and he's a paraplegic now. So believe me, gun violence is personal for me.
When you hear from city leaders and others that crime is actually down, are you seeing that?
No, I'm not seeing it. We're seeing carjackings, the violence in the communities. So we were advocating then for the National Guard to come out, but they said there was no need. But think about how many lives could have been saved just having them on the scene.
And Asia says still to this day, she's not heard from one detective about those crimes committed against her family. Now for Tempe Satcher, another DC resident, her son BJ was gunned down in a random drive-by shooting on the way to work 2 years ago, and she does not feel that crime has calmed down.
Just today, a young lady was shot over on 15th Street in Northeast DC.
Yeah, I mean, it goes down out there, John. It goes down. We all watch the news. We see what's going on. We see how, it could be a child, it could be an elderly person, it could be a innocent bystander. If it going down, it's going down. They ain't tripping. How they say bullets ain't got no names on it.
Does that seem like crime gone down? With all the things that are going on with our president, sending the National Guards out, I don't have a problem with that personally, because if MPD can't do it and they need help, then I'm glad they're able to get the help.
And Mayor Bowser says her police force has 3,100 officers. She wants to get it up to 3,800. DC's police chief says, in the meantime, she's welcoming federal assistance.
This is a great opportunity for us to build upon continuing to drive down crime with our federal law enforcement partners. What we're going to do is build upon that and working collaboratively with our U.S. Marshals, our DEA, and all of the other federal partners here to ensure that we're placing resources around our city in those areas where we've seen an impact at this increase in crime.
One important point, Dana, that both Asia and Tempe stressed to me in the solution to solving youth crime, it begins in the home with parents and mentors. Dana?
Yeah, definitely. I was just talking to somebody today, you know what I mean? These kids need structure. They need discipline. It's not about what they like. Like, oh, well, they don't like to do that. Man, don't nobody care what these kids like. Don't nobody, you know what I mean? Of course, we want them to live a nice, good life, but we want them to also be great citizens, you know what I mean? Like, you got to contribute to society. These kids want to lay around all day and play Fortnite if they got it. If not, they want to be outside. They want to do TikTok challenges. It's like, let's get these kids back in activities. Let's get them some sense of self where they be like, you know what? I can't go out and commit carjackings today because I got to play football tomorrow. Or if I smoke weed, it's going to mess up my track career. Or if I get locked up, it's going to ruin my scholarship. But, you know what I mean? We just let them do whatever they want to do, whatever makes them happy.
Griff Jenkins, thank you for bringing us their stories.
Hey everyone, I'm Emily Campagno. Catch me and my co-hosts Harris Faulkner and Kaylee McEnany on Outnumbered every week.
Whew. Man, oh man. Man, oh man, oh man. So what's going on in DC? What's going on? What's going to happen? I don't know. All I know is these youngsters are out of control. Somebody trying to step in and help them. They might be bringing the National Guard, the FBI, ICE, whatever they call them people. You know what I'm saying? The CIA. But somebody got to do something since the parents don't want to do nothing. You know what I mean? The schools can't do nothing with them. They go to church, but they ain't really like tuned in. They just going for the fashion show or whatever. But like, we get the president of the United States saying, man, we sending in the National Guard. And they be like, man, you doing too much. You know what I mean? You trying to control everything. You trying to be a tyrant. You trying to be a dictator. But it's like, nobody said thank you. Thank you for doing what the parents should be doing. Like, go in a house, teens. Go in a house, young people. Go find a job. If not, you're going to be subject to arrest. Like I said, man, I don't agree with what's going on. Like, I know people from DC and they like, yo, it's crazy out here. They a little older, you know what I mean? I just turned 39. So So it's like I don't really know the youngins like that, but the older folks, they saying, man, it's getting wild. It's getting wild out there. DC always been wild, but dang, man, like the National Guard though, shaking people down on their steps, on their own steps, just shaking them down. Like, yo, what you doing out here today? Like, it's crazy, but you know what I mean? Something has got to stop this violence. Something's got to stop this violence for real, for real. And the crazy thing is, they talking about it's trending downward. Like the violence isn't as violent as it used to be. Like how many people got to lose their lives? So you're like, oh, you know, it's getting better. Nah, man. Nah, man. Let these children grow up to be grandparents. You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. Y'all let me know. Y'all be easy. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Send me a like, comment, subscribe, share this joint with your peoples. You already know what it is.